What's up guys, Barry Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today we are continuing the testing of Lily May. As you guys can see from the formations up here, she is taking hold as one of the best heroes out there, and beyond that you're going to start seeing some other heroes pop up because of the way she works. We'll talk about it a little bit later. Let's actually see what our previous team was. This is essentially what our previous team setup looked like. It had Merrily, it had Smokey, it had all these heroes, and I'm going to show you guys the difference here today, because man oh man is it a different squad. So this is essentially what we've even been trying right here. In reality, like I said, running the Merrily is kind of like the better option of the teams right now. We got Smokey, we got all these heroes. This was kind of like the previous best team, but one thing that you're going to notice across the rest of this weekend is Lily May is pretty much best in slot in 4 out of the 6 Dream Realm bosses, unless something changes on the last 2, which I can't see it happening. She's just a better version of Merrily. She's a better PvP hero than Merrily and seems to be the go-to build from now on. So let's start off. Let's show you guys exactly what it looks like against pretty much what our normal team will be. And I'm going to explain why you're seeing other heroes such as Shakir getting added to these lineups. And it all comes down to her level up system, which is interesting. We'll have a whole breakdown video about her level up system very, very soon too, because it's really important to know who is going to synergize the best with her on teams, especially when it comes to bossing. You see right here, we just barely broke our previous record right here, doing about 41 billion and a half right there. So you can see Merrily pumping 16 of that. But let's show you guys what the new hotness is. So essentially it's running a very similar team, except you're dropping the Rainier for the Shakir. And the main reason for the Shakir is if you do have Mythic Plus on him, he gives his non-summoned allies to the Lupine aura, giving them the same attack bonus. So it's a huge bonus, and that bonus is going to be really important as well, because that bonus is going to help level her up with her Mythic Plus. So you can see here almost the same exact team composition. I don't know if changing positioning matters all that much or anything, but you're still running the Scarlita, you're still running the Freesto. It looks like you're giving damage reduction to her instead of additional energy. Let's see how this goes. And honestly, positioning might not be the best. A lot of times I take whatever the top player is doing and then I mix up their positioning and I end up getting better results. But it's just an insane amount of damage that this hero can pump out. You can already see we're getting close to 30 billion and there's 60 seconds left, which is insane. The only downside is killing off these waves seems to be just a little slower depending on the timing of everything. But right there, we're already at 40 billion, 41, and we've already hit a brand new record with more than 30 seconds remaining. So this is going to be a crazy good damage number for us. And in reality, I mean, yeah, I guess we don't need to give her the extra energy. She is not staying in the Lupine aura at all times, which is one really hard thing to do. But you can see we went from 41.5 to 47.5 with this damage, and she's pumping out 29. That's getting close to double the damage that Merrily was performing with, which is insane. So yeah, I'll go ahead, I'll share that with everybody else so they can see it as well. We've been getting about rank 2 lately every single day. I want to try to tweak this up just a little bit. I want to see what other people are using as far as positioning goes. Okay, that's interesting. We're not even using the damage reduction, which kind of makes sense here. Additional energy boost to Scarlita does sound like a good plan. The only other thing I was considering testing out is going back over, like I said, to the Rainier strategy and seeing how Rainier works in comparison, because of course it's going to give her damage reduction. The boss is going to be taking 25% more damage. Just running different support heroes can see if it makes the difference, but I'm sure everybody's already tested that. I'm pretty sure Shakir is the go-to here, but again, making sure you got the right support heroes to buff her level up skill is going to be really, really important here. I also actually saved something the other day while this is running. I'm gonna try to find my saved. Oh man, someone had a really good breakdown on exactly what abilities procced hers. Well, we'll check that a little bit later. This is a little bit faster actually. We got to 40 billion faster with the Rainier. The problem is Rainier is gonna be slower killing all those summons, I think. Intriguing. It's still really close. It's just if you guys have noticed, Rainier has been falling off as far as the most needed hero in Dream Realm. If you have heroes like Frasto, Scarlita, a lot of times they perform better. You can see she did more damage, but overall we did less because we're not getting that extra damage from Shakir, which, you know, is a little bit of a letdown. It's not the best of situations. Let me take a look real quickly. If I can find where my saved ones are, let's try a couple different heroes. But either way, we're still 7 billion behind first place. And as you guys can see, like if you take a look at the leaderboard, oh, not that one, my bad. The leaderboard up here is a huge difference of power. But if we take a look, I don't know if he's been sharing his lineup. No, it doesn't look like he's been sharing it. Chances are he just has a ton of Paragon heroes, which gets insane. Now, the only other heroes I would probably consider doing, because of course we want support heroes that are number one going to increase the damage we're dealing, and number two, giving her some level up bonuses, which, I mean, technically we're getting that with Shakir here. There are some other options. You know, Coco is one that gives her ultimate ability in her first basic a ways to buff her. But again, there's absolutely no survivability issues here. Ludovic's season ability can do it, which again, we don't need the healing. Sadly, Rainier's doesn't. Smokey's works on both, which is why both these heroes are really good. And I guess the one really good thing about running Shakir with this team is the fact that we're getting a 4 times bonus, which is really, really good. I guess technically... Man, I guess if we want to keep bonuses in play here and think about what could work, I wonder, you know what? That's actually one hero. This is one thing. I wonder how Citrana does, because Citrana, of course, can give her ability to everybody 2 tiles away. I'm kind of intrigued to see how this turns out. She does increase magic damage dealt by 20%, and this is a magic damage dealer. Let's just see what it looks like. Actually, I don't know if anybody would have probably had the sanity to try this, because not many people have a fully built Citrana. On top of that, Citrana does have some AoE. She has really good survivability. She also increases the damage allies do with the sparks that she has. Granted, those sparks don't count towards buffs or anything like that. Most of the heroes that are going to give her buffs, the temporary buffs, are support heroes, and in this situation they're just healing survivability heroes, and we don't need that in this one. I'm intrigued to see how this works out. It definitely looks a lot lower because we're at 40 now with 16 seconds left. That doesn't look like a great number, to be honest. No, it does not. The only other thing I could think is, what if we ran a second damage dealer instead of more support? This actually still did better, and Citrana boosted our damage pretty good. The fact is, Citrana's not doing much herself. What if... I'm intrigued to see what happens. What if we take you out, put you over here, and what if we ran both Merrily and her? So we have double damage dealers here. What does that do to us? Now, of course, that doesn't really do much of anything for us at all, which is a little sad. But maybe she does like some extra good damage. It's weird how like you almost want to have one main damage dealer in teams nowadays, and then everybody else just buffs that main damage dealer while also providing some damage and support and stuff. But 35 at 42 second mark. As long as we get to 40 billion by 30 seconds, that's not bad. We're a little shy of that, so it doesn't look like running the double damage dealers is the thing, and we'll probably be able to see right here their damage comparison exactly with each other. Yeah, it's a little lacking. We'll probably get to like 45 in the last couple seconds. Almost 44.5. So yeah, running both damage dealers is definitely not going to be the way here. Yeah. Yeah. Yup. So it does seem like the best of the best looks like, and actually, you know, one thing we didn't try was the different positioning that Gwyndir did here. So let's do this. And it's still, I think it's funny that we still don't have a single Paragon hero. Granted, we're going to get some here very shortly. Don't need damage reduction. Let's do the energy boosting on the Scarlita in the back. Let's just see if positioning changes this at all. It is weird though, because like right there where Shakir is right now, we do get that lupine aura, which is really important because you can see this like dark purple circle with the couple corners. Like you see how that's buffing. That's the big area of the lupine aura. So as long as we're in that, we're good. And it's really just to make sure as long as Shakir is standing in the front of the boss, we're solid. If he moves to the back of the boss, that's where we can run into issues. But you see we're at 42-4 at 30 seconds left. This is where we're going to get a very, very high score. And honestly, we might push closer to 50 on this one. It's because I see right now Shakir went to the back. That's the issue right there. Where Shakir moves to the back, that's when we get issues. We did get a little bit better. We get up to 48 from 47.5. But as you guys can see, this is the go-to, and she is just absolutely insane. So we will definitely be talking more about her this weekend and doing continual more testing. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let me know what you guys want to see out of this hero, and we'll test her out. I'll see you guys next time.